Cancers, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be the center card in the first part of the reading. So if you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, let's just get started. Let's find out what Cancers can expect to be coming up in your lives, and any advice from the universe is so appreciated. For Cancers, what do they need to know? What's going to be happening? And any advice? Whoa. Okay. Got quite a few cards here, Cancers. Let's see what we got. This is a general reading that won't resonate with everybody. So if it doesn't resonate, I would check your moon sign. That's your private and emotional self. Or get a private reading from somebody that you trust. I do private readings. If you don't know anybody, just send an email to get you started. And all cards are male or female. So, Cancers. It's coming up. We have two extra cards. I'm just going to read them. So I have the Justice card here as your overall energy. This is the card for Libra. Libra might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But this is about self-justice. This surrounds the whole reading. You have your sword up for self-protection. You have your scales. You're keeping them balanced. You're like, nobody's going to throw me off. I'm looking for that truth. I'm looking for that clarity. I'm going to stay true to myself. Yeah, it's a very taking control of yourself type energy, like self-justice. So this is surrounding your entire reading. This is what we're talking about. Up here in your highest energy, the Fool. Okay, so I think this is why you're in the energy, or the Justice is surrounding this entire reading, is because you have been in this energy of the Fool. Maybe you just came out of it. The Fool is fun. It's carefree. It's throwing caution to the wind, living day by day in the moment. But what happens is eventually you end up pulling your head out of the clouds and start to look forward, and towards stability, towards security, towards the future. And usually both people are not on the same plane at the same time. So I feel like this is what's happened. Is you've come out of that energy of the Fool, and now you're trying to stay balanced and self-protected about getting back into that type of energy, because it just got to the point it wasn't serving you anymore. I do have the King of Swords right next to the Fool. This is air, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. So now we have two for Gemini right here. I mean, for Libra, I got Gemini right next door. So the King of Swords, you have your sword up in self-protection again. This is being very cautious in moving forward. This is really seeking that truth and seeking that clarity and make it so that you can make the correct decisions for your life. Very much have your sword up against this Fool's energy. I think you've come out of it. I think you were in it, and you're not going back there. I have the Lovers next to the King of Swords. This is the card for Gemini, another air sign. So Gemini might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But the energy of this card is your guardian angels and spirit guides here. They are like trying to pull you together with someone. This is a divine soulmate card. Very, very strong connection card. So let me see what's going on. You might have been lovers in another life, and there's a reason you need to come back together. But let me just keep reading. I have the Devil right below the Fool and next to the Justice card. I think what happened is, as you're living in this Fool's energy, the other person, or you even, ended up having something attached to them. I think it's the other person. I feel like you were tied to someone who was actually tied to someone or something else, which made the relationship toxic. And I don't think you really discovered that until you came out of this Fool's energy. So you're on guard. You're on guard against this toxic energy. This is also the card for Capricorn, only because of the horns, okay? The Capricorn might be strong in someone's chart here around this reading. So you're on guard. You're not going back to that Fool type energy. You're really being aware of your surroundings, things that are being said, things that are being done. I have the Hangman right next to the Justice card and right under the Lovers. So you take this time to yourself, and as you do, you're being enlightened. This is the card of enlightenment. So, you know, things are dawning on you. You're like, you get it. You know what happened. You know what went wrong. You know how everything transpired. But so this is why you're putting your sword up. And you're staying balanced. You're like, I'm not going there. I'm not doing that anymore. And this divine soulmate, though, is right above the Hangman. I think that you know that you're kind of like feeling like, no, the right person is still out there. And they are. I have the Page of Wands under the Devil. The Page of Wands, this is all about something brewing from the bottom of your feet, and it's going to come out your mouth. And it's all about your fresh start and your new beginning. And I think it had to do with this toxic energy. I think there was things that needed to be said and for you to break free, because I really think you broke free from this energy. And you wanted to move forward from it. And you probably weren't rude, or I don't see a big fight or anything. I just see you saying goodbye to that toxic energy because it doesn't serve you anymore. I have the High Priestess now right next to the Page of Wands and under the Justice card. The High Priestess is the card in the tarot deck for intuition and knowing. So what it says is pull back that pomegranate curtain and pay attention to what your intuitions are telling you. Your intuitions run very strong. Follow your gut. Listen to yourself and trust and believe in what yourself is telling you. So this is going to help you to stay balanced. This is going to help you to keep your sword up. And this is what gives you the insight, which you gathered up here, to see the situation for what it was and to know how to move forward, to come out of it. It wasn't easy. I got the 9 of Swords under the Hangman and right next to the High Priestess. So the 9 of Swords is really being in your head. All these swords of truth and clarity, all this enlightenment is just like torturous, going through your mind, you know, all your quiet moments before you fall asleep at night. And a lot of it comes just from intuition, you knowing that there's something wrong, like this isn't going any place, how am I going to deal with this, and whatever your thoughts might have been. So, yeah, you did, it wasn't easy. You went through all this with someone that, you know, really, they prefer to stay in the Fool's energy, and you prefer to come out of it. Let's take out the last part of this reading. I have 2 extra cards. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So, I have the 6 of... It's over here. I have the 6 of Wands. This is right next to the Lovers. Okay, remember I told you your guardian angels and spirit guides are trying to bring someone in? There's going to be success in love with this person. So there is a reason, another reason, you probably don't even know why you are so anxious to move forward from this relationship. See these wands in the background? These are people celebrating your love that you have for each other. The wreath can symbolize engagement. It's a very, very beautiful card, and especially to be right next to the Lovers, whoever's coming in. I have the 2 of Pentacles right next to the 6 of Wands. They come in as you're getting ready to move forward. So it's this 2 of Pentacles is right next to the 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands is holding that staff, a fresh start to new beginnings, like you say that you want here. And you're holding the world with the other hand, so you're contemplating what your world is going to look like and moving forward. But there's a lot of confusion, and there's a lot of highs, and there's a lot of lows, and a lot of like, oh, maybe I should just stay with them. No. Or maybe I should go this way. No. I mean, it's very rocky. Your thoughts aren't really coordinated here. So the overall energy is getting it together and knowing what you want and protecting yourself from the energies that don't serve you and trying to stay balanced. Because this whole thing knocked you out of balance. Well, as you're standing there and you're contemplating, you really don't know which direction that you're going to go. This is when the soulmate comes in, this divine soulmate. So that's how I'm reading it happening. This is the state that you're in when they enter your life. And be it known, they are brought to you by your guardian angels and spirit guides. I have the Ace of Wands under the Six of Wands and next to the Hangman. And here is that wand. The wand you're holding at the Page of Wands. The wand you're holding with the Two of Wands. For fresh starts, new beginnings. Just blossoming and blooming. So, you're enlightened. You're waking up. You're getting balance. You're getting the self-protection mode. You're trying to decide which way you want to go and to move forward. What is best for you? And while you're in the mix of trying to decide how you're going to go about this, this is when the soulmate comes in. I have the Magician right next to the Ace of Wands and under the Two of Pentacles. The Magician, look at this, the infinity symbol right there, the symbol of intuition and knowing. You have all the tools it takes to make a relationship work. No matter what route you choose, it's all going to lead back to the soulmate coming in. So I wouldn't panic, I wouldn't worry, I wouldn't stress, because I feel like there is some worry and some stress in how you're moving forward. It doesn't matter what path you take. Your guardian angels and spirit guides are guiding you towards this other very strong soulmate. You have all the tools to make a relationship work. You have all the tools to manifest just what it is you want from a relationship here. So stop doubting yourself. I feel like sometimes you're sure of yourself and you doubt yourself, and it's just like a roller coaster ride going on inside your head. This Magician comes out right next to the Ace of Wands. You have the power. Isn't there a song like, you have the power, whatever? Power to the people. I remember that one. That's how old I am. So anyway, next to the Magician here. So you are able to manifest the successful relationship to come in no matter what path you choose. So stop worrying about that if you're worrying about that. If this is your reading. Okay, I have the Four of Swords right next to the Magician and under the Two of Wands. Very spiritual healing card. Look at the stained glass windows. So I feel like you do spend time alone seeking advice from the universe, like praying, meditating, soul searching, and letting these swords of truth and clarity come to you. That's what this card is all about. And as you let these swords of truth and clarity come to you, you're realizing more and more and more you have what it takes. You can manifest. And I think it's through this praying, meditating, soul searching that you are manifesting to move forward in the way that you want to move forward. I have the Eight of Wands under the Ace of Wands and next to the Nine of Swords. Well, the Eight of Wands is communication. I feel like this is this other person. I feel like there's a lot of talking going on. I feel like it's texting, emails, phone calls, video chats, whatever it might be, back and forth. I think it's just kind of a letting go process here for the other person as well as you. So it's not like you just cut them off and you're gone. It's going to be a gradual let go, which is fine, because you have to know that you're doing the right thing, and they have to be sure they're doing the right thing. And so it's just kind of a process and letting go of this other energy. But you do come out strong on the other side, because the Justice card, the King of Swords are right here. The High Priestess, you whatever you do, you know this is what you need or want to do. I have the Ten of Swords next to the Eight of Wands. All that communication helps put an end to the pain, to the suffering. It puts an end to the things that you've been going through here. So these are swords of truth and clarity that come out of these conversations. It's like closure through these conversations. This is helping you to manifest, putting down the burden of this other relationship. I have the Ten of Wands right next to the Ten of Swords. So the pain, the suffering, the heavy burden that you've been carrying about this relationship, you can let it all go. You will be able to let it go. There's no one of wands. Look how hunched over. You're gonna be dropping those wands one by one or all at once. And a lot of this comes from these swords of truth and clarity that comes through this meditation or praying or soul searching that you do in your alone time. I have these two extra cards that came up. So this person, this divine soulmate who's coming in, they're very sincere. Got the Knight of Cups. That can hold a lot of love. It could start with, can I have your phone number? Or, where are you living now? Or what are you doing now? Let's catch up. Because, this is the Six of Cups. So this cup is allowed to have something in it. It's a flower. So they're very sincere when they come in. You might have known them earlier in life. They might be somebody coming back from the past. Doesn't mean you had to be lovers. You could have been with the Lover's card here. But you've definitely been soulmates in another lifetime. They're coming in very sincere, like they want to start something new and fresh and young. Also, there can be children involved with the Six of Cups. But, this could even be, just came to me for some of you, like an ex-husband or something that wants to work things out with you. You have children. And it's like, people change. Things change. But whoever this is that's coming in is a very, very strong soulmate, and they're very sincere about wanting to see where this will go. I think this is a beautiful relationship coming in. Look, you've got the Six of Wands right next to the Lover's card, the Ace of Wands right under the Six of Wands. This is going to turn out to be a long time relationship. And it's all about a fresh start and a new beginning. And with that Six of Cups, you may already have met them before. So I'm taking out an angel card if you haven't guessed yet. Let's see what else there is for you for Cancers. Glasses on. So read it. What else do you need to know? Take what you want from these cards. This is the card of Nine of Abundance. I'm going to read it to you. Life is wonderful. Your hard work and dedication to your dreams will provide you with great peace and contentment. Take time to enjoy quiet moments of reflection and leisure. Feel free to buy yourself small, luxurious gifts. You've earned the financial security and independence you now enjoy. So it sounds like the right choice for those of you this reading resonates with by letting this other energy go. It's allowing good things to come into your life. So, Cancers, this was your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.